What's up guys, it's your boy TRIPLUS. So in the last 3 months, Liquid have an 80% win rate on Inferno, and while they may have lost it a couple of times, these were mostly very early on in the roster when Yukinda first joined. So I gotta say, they have only been getting better and better, winning their last 6 games in a row on it. So let's take a look at why Liquid love this map so much and what actually makes them so good at it. So Liquid do a couple of things really well, and the first thing that Liquid do really well is that they almost always get the opening pick. This has a lot to do with how good Yukinda and OC are at finding entries on both the CT side and the T side. So let's take a look at an example. In round 4 of Liquid versus Vitality, Liquid are going to make an excellent play to get an opening pick towards Banana. So early on, Yukinda uses a Molotov towards Car, which is very standard, but what he does next is a great little play to catch Vitality off guard. Yukinda is going to smoke the top Banana Molotov, and at the same time, Nitro is going to flash half wall. This allows Yukinda to try and find an opening pick on a flash player towards top car. Now, this is where Liquid actually take it to the next level. Since Yukinda notices that no one is immediately fighting top car from Vitality, it's pretty safe to assume that either both players fell back to B, or in this case, a player is tucked in sandbag since they got flashed, of course. So with this knowledge, Liquid make sure to isolate this sandbags player and guarantee the kill. To do this, Nitro immediately sets up a sandbags Molotov and OC throws a flash behind the car specifically to blind the sandbags position. This sets Yukinda up perfectly to find the opening frag. Now, Liquid are also experts at manipulating the utility from the CT side. Notice how with this opening pick now found, they start to pressure B, and they start by using 2 smokes and a flash to fake the quick commitment off of the opening frag. This almost always is going to force the B player to have to use his utility in return to buy time for a rotation, but this is just the beginning, and Liquid constantly keep the pressure up towards B, throwing a Molotov, another flash, and they just try to force out as much utility as possible from Vitality before the full commitment comes in from Liquid. So now with the utility advantage clearly in Liquid's favor, they execute the site, but they also take their time to ensure that they are able to trade. When you're in a man advantage situation, the most important thing is to trade all kills, as you will eventually end up winning thanks to the man advantage. Liquid know that the site player is isolated, and thanks to the utility being baited out, Apex is actually unable to support Dupree with a flash, leading to a successful site take and a round win for Team Liquid. From this same game, let's have a look at some CT side aggression from Team Liquid. So starting off with OC, he has a great mid spawn and he uses it well. He scrapes down to T ramp immediately and finds a great opening onto Dupree. And of course, with Yukinda on your team, he's gonna want a piece of the pie when it comes to aggression. And he makes very good use of the space being afforded by OC to find an early 2-man advantage and an eventual map win. Next, let's look at round 10 from Liquid versus Cloud9. So in this round, Cloud9 use a good amount of utility early on towards Banana, and Yukinda reads this pretty well. He knows that even though Cloud9 used utility towards Banana, since they did not take it very aggressively, there are probably only 2 players towards B. Now, this plays an important factor later on in the round, but let's just take a look at what happened. Cloud9 end up falling back to the site, and now they use a smoke and a Molotov to attempt to retake car. And even though the smoke misses here, Nafany still finds the opening pick onto Yukinda. Now, this is not great for Liquid, as they are now in a man disadvantage. However, there's something very important that, if you weren't paying attention, could be missed. Have a look at Cloud9's utility towards the B site. They have nothing, and Liquid know this. Notice how quickly they set up for this B execute, because they know that Cloud9 don't have any utility. But why is that? Well, if you count all of the utility Cloud9 used in this round towards Banana, we have 2 HEs and a molly and a flash early round. Then the retake util comes in, so that's another smoke and Molotov. Then after the opening pick is found, a smoke and flash are used to help Nafany get out. So that's 2 whole sets of util, and at the top level of Counter-Strike, teams are counting what is used. Now keep in mind that Yukinda probably read that there were only 2 players towards B, and that's just because there wasn't a heap of utility being called to take Banana early on. So Liquid now call the perfect exec here, because keep in mind, Liquid still have an insane amount of utility, which allows them to utilize 2 Molotovs in this exec, one of which ends up actually killing Nafany at first oranges. So even in a man disadvantage, Liquid utilize every advantage to give themselves the best chance to win the round, and in this particular round, it pays off in spades. Again, from the Cloud9 series, let's take a look at an opening pick from OC. So generally, as the AWPer on Inferno, you don't want to be playing too aggressive aggressive on CG's side, as when you have 3 players typically towards B, you can't really afford to die early on at A, as you would be just giving up the site for free. But with 3 players towards A, OC can actually look for an opportunity to find an opening kill. So take a look at the angle OC takes towards middle. He can't be spotted from T stairs, and that's super important, but he's also wide enough that he can see someone jumping into underpass. And this is exactly what happens. Nafni jumps into the underpass and he shows just a little bit of shoulder jumping in, and OC has the perfect pre-aim and shot to find a great opening for this round. So that's great and all, but it's more of an individual pick from OC. It's not really a team play. So let's have a look at a team play in round 26, where since Liquid recognized that Cloud9 aren't really controlling mid early, Yakinda takes the chance to try and catch Cloud9 off guard. So in this round, he mollies bottom middle and pushes all the way down, with OC covering the wide angle with the AWP. Now, thanks to this Molotov bottom middle, Yakinda actually has the advantage in this fight. You can kind of think about this like the ramp Molotov on Mirage, where you get a one-way into A main, since you have the elevation advantage. Now, of course, Yakinda and OC are a bit of a dynamic duo when it comes to opening up rounds. So again, OC is going to search for an opening kill towards second mid, and he gets it onto Hobbit. Just afterwards, Yakinda's going to find the kill onto Exile. This just throws so much chaos into the round, and while Cloud9 end up making it close, in the end, that finds a great little clutch to close out the round, even if he took OC along with him. So that's the video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more content like this. Peace out.